Sir, I'm visible and audible, right?
Yeah, you are visible and audible.
Okay, sir.
I think we can start now. So,
Yes.
Aettree, please introduce yourself to the panel first.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. As you said, I am Aettree. I am from Kolkata, West Bengal. I have completed my BSc from Jogama Devi College under University of Calcutta. And then I did my master's from IIT Bhubaneswar last year. Currently, I'm preparing for different competitive exams, and this is the second time I'm giving interview in GSI. Thank you.
So, Aettree, can you please tell us the meaning of your name?
Yes, sir. So actually, my name comes from the Bengali word, which is Ayatto, and from there it is I3. It means basically to earn something. I'd like to own something. This.
Okay. So, you
Yes.
have passed out from IIT Bhubaneswar. What is the meaning of Bhubaneswar? Literal meaning of Bhubaneswar?
Um, sir, I'm not sure. I have to say.
Okay, no problem.
Yes.
So, actually, going through your depth, as you have keen interest in art. So,
Yes,
don't you want to follow your passion?
sir. It is actually a hobby, and my passion for now is the geology and GSI.
Okay, so why you want to join GSI?
So there are actually many reasons for that. Please allow me to actually highlight some of the main features.
Yeah,
Sir,
sure, sure.
yes, sir.
Yeah, continue, please.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, the main reason why I like geology is GSI. Extremely sorry, GSI. I want to join them because what I have achieved from my master thesis, which is in coal geology, I have understood that I usually prefer a multidisciplinary approach about any topic. So I think GSI is, I think and I believe that GSI is an organization that will actually give me the multidisciplinary approach in my subjects, and also give me a versatility is what I like about GSI. And like I just don't want to streamline my approach when I'm still young and in very early in my career. So that is why I want to join GSI.
Okay.
Yes,
So actually,
yes.
West Bengal has been always been the epicenter for the India's freedom struggle. Can you name five women freedom fighters from West Bengal?
Sir, sir, are you asking the five? Can you please repeat?
Five female freedom fighters from West Bengal.
Yes, yes. Sir, there are many. Just one is Pritika Vadadar, who is a freedom fighter, a women freedom fighter who fought with Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. And apart from
Mhm.
that, is yes, sir.
Yes, continue.
Okay, sir. Sir, there is Matangini Hajra. There is Kadambini Ganguly, and also there is so that's all I remember right now. I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Yes.
Do you know National Waterways One from where it passes?
I'm sorry, sir. Your voice is very low. Actually, I was not able to hear.
Do you know National Waterways One
Sir, National Waterway.
first? National Waterways first one.
Um, sir, I'm not confident about this answer, but I think it was from Kolkata. So I'm not sure. I have to look into it.
Okay, no problem. Do you
Yes.
know Kaladan Multimodal Project?
No, sir. I have to look into it.
Okay, no problem. So actually tell me one thing, why Eastern Coastal Plain does not favor development of natural ports compared to the Western coast?
Sir, Natural Coast.
Natural ports. Most of
National.
the natural ports
Yes,
are
yes,
situated on the Western coast, not in
yes,
the Eastern coast. Why
yes,
it
sir.
is so?
Sir, it is because the depth of Bay of Bengal is much lesser than that of the Arabian Sea. So that is why the ports are mostly in the western area and not in the eastern part.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now tell me, do you know Kal Baisakhi?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is it?
Sir, it is actually a storm, and mostly it is storm, and also some sparse rainfall is associated with it. It is usually happens during the summer time, in April this time. In Bengal, if you see, it's actually Boishakh monsoon, which starts from mid of April to up to almost first week of May. So this is basically happens because of the low pressure that is created in these areas, and the just give me a moment.
Yes.
And the water vapor laden clouds come from Bay of Bengal to this area. So that is why.
Okay.
Yes.
Now tell me, what is
Yes.
the role of jet stream in the movement of Indian monsoon?
Um, yes, I just have to look into it again. I don't remember actually.
Okay, no problem.
Yes, sir.
Do you know how extratropical cyclones are formed?
So extratropical cyclones.
Yes.
Yes, sir. So extratropical cyclones, they are mainly in the tropical areas, especially on the seas. They are basically areas of low pressure, and from the high pressure areas, the water comes in the northern hemisphere. It will come in the anti-clockwise way, and it will slowly from the high pressure to low pressure area. The air will basically circling around towards the center, and so that is and it is related to storm and rain.
I think you are telling about cyclone. I'm talking about extratropical cyclones, how they are formed.
I'm sorry, sir. I have to look into it.
Okay, no problem. Do you know there was a lot of flood in the North Bengal region, particularly Sikkim region?
Yes,
So
sir.
what was the phenomena there?
Yes, sir. Sir, recently there has been a huge flood in the Sikkim area. So that is related to the melting of the Lonak Lake, and which is the glacier lake, and that actually induced the breakage of the Chungtang Dam, which was situated on the Tista River. And so that is why the entire area, especially in the Sikkim part, entire area flooded because of this.
And what is cloud burst?
So cloudburst is basically a huge amount of rain in a in a very small span of time in a particular area.
Okay. So
Yes.
talking about glaciers, can you tell us how gas hydrate will impact the climate change? What is the relation?
Just give me a moment. Sir, I need to see how the gas hydrates actually affect our environment. I'm not sure about it.
Do you know what gas hydrate is? Can you define?
Yes, sir. So gas hydrates are. Sir, I elaborate, right?
Gas hydrate,
Okay.
what is it?
Yes, sir. So gas hydrates are basically the ice crystals which consist of gases inside it. So it can accommodate actually a range of gases including methane and higher alkanes. It is formed in low temperature and high pressure areas. So this is the gas hydrate.
So where they naturally get, in which regions we get them?
Sir, I remember some examples. In India, we find it in Andaman and also in KG Basin, which is the Krishna Godavari Basin. So that's I remember.
Okay. Do you know
Yes.
polymetallic nodules?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Okay. So polymetallic nodules are a number of metals, for example, manganese, iron, cobalt. So these are the nodules that are formed inside the ocean. Like in India, we find it in the Indian Ocean at some greater depth. So they are very rich in metal deposits.
Okay.
Yes.
So there was lots of debate about Rasgulla. So do you know what is GI tag?
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm sorry, I don't actually remember the full form of GI tag. It is actually given to the actual, for example, in case of Rasgulla, it is given, the GI tag will be given to that state which has actually like discovered that specific sweet. So in 2017, it was actually given to West Bengal, and another GI tag which is given to Odisha. So it is not actually for Rasgulla, it is a similar sweet. The GI tag for Rasgulla is given to West Bengal.
Okay.
Yes.
So there has been lots of debate about the Rohingya crisis. Do you know what is it?
Yes, sir. Rohingya Muslims. They are from basically from as long as I remember, they are from Myanmar or Burma. So they have escaped from these areas, and actually they are refugees. And in India, they have been given the refugee status. I'm not sure. I have to look into it again.
Do you know Bhasanchar Island?
Uh, Sir, no, sir.
Okay. Okay, no problem. So
Yes,
my last question.
yes,
Do
sir.
you know where lithium golden triangle is located?
So lithium triangle, are you asking?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. So that is actually in South America. So it is in Chile, Argentina, and another state is there. So that is what we call.
Okay, Aettree, that's all from my side. Moving to the next panel member.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, three. So, can you tell me the about the reason of recent tunnel collapse in Uttarakhand district?
Yes, sir. So in the Uttarakhand district, in the a part of Chardham project was going on, and the name of the tunnel that actually collapsed was Silkiara. It collapsed because of a loose patch of soil that was present in there, and also water rushed along that loose patch when it collapsed, and that is the reason actually.
Okay, so in the field of groundwater restoration or to saving the groundwater extraction, what are the initiative taken by government in recent year?
Um, Sir, I'm actually not able to actually understand the question. Can you please repeat it?
Can you tell me about few yojana or the policy taken by government for the groundwater rejuvenation or groundwater recharge in recent year?
Yes, sir. Just give me a moment. I'm sorry, sir. I've actually read about it, but I don't remember at this time.
Okay, so tell me the factor which is responsible for landslide. As in recent year, landslide become one of the major natural hazard in our country. So what are the geological factor or anthropogenic factor?
Yes. So the geological factors can be earthquake. Earthquake induces landslide. Then the slope of the surface that can actually induce it. Rainfall also induces it sometimes, and anthropogenic causes can be a lot. For example, there is the engineering structures like the roads, tunnels, this type of structures, they are formed without actually considering the environmental impact on it. It will negatively affect the environment, and landslides will happen. Apart from that, the blasting and drilling, all these things that are related to mining or these engineering structures, that can also induce the landslides, especially in very delicate places like Himalayas, where the place is very delicate, so that there is the probability of landslide is much higher. Yes.
Okay, so Aettree, can you tell me what are the minor mineral which are generally associated with granite terrain?
Yes, sir. Sir, the minor minerals that are associated with granite, um, just give me a moment. Okay. The microminerals would be like biotite, muscovite, these microminerals. Sometimes hornblende can be present. So these are the microminerals. These are the minor minerals inside.
Okay, let's suppose you got a project in igneous terrain, right?
Yes, sir.
And you have to differentiate between granitic body and pegmatitic body.
Yes, sir.
So what are the basic difference between two lithology or rock type?
Yes, sir. So the main difference between granite and pegmatite is the grain size. Pegmatite has much larger grain size, and granite has much smaller with respect to pegmatite. Um, so, so that's all I can remember right now.
In terms of geochemistry, is there any common thing between granite and pegmatite?
So in terms of geochemistry, both of them are very much enriched in incompatible elements, like RE elements. Then we have tin tungsten deposits, tin tungsten elements. Then also some lithium. These are enriched in both of these.
Okay, so to tell me about what is scale of mapping.
Yes, sir. The scale of mapping is basically on the map and with respect to the ground. In the map, I am converting the actual distance from the ground and then putting it on the map. If I try to explain an example, if the scale of a map is 1:50,000, it will mean that 1 centimeter in the map is equivalent to 500 meter on the ground, which is the actual terrain.
Okay, let's suppose, and you have to 10,000.
I'm sorry, sir, your voice is breaking.
So what will be its size that scale?
Sir, your voice entirely broke. I was not able to hear it. Can you please repeat it? Uh, I'm sorry, sir. I'm still not able to hear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now you're audible.
Let's suppose you got a map of 1:50,000, right?
Yes. Yes.
And you have to plot an object on ground of 10,000 centimeters in length. So what will be its size on that map?
Okay. So 1:50,000 scale. So 1 centimeter would be 500 meter, and I have to map 10,000 centimeter, which is basically 100 meters. So 500 meter is basically 1 centimeter. So 100 meter would be 1 by 5 centimeter, which is 0.2 centimeter.
Okay, that's correct. So in detail mapping in GSI, what will be a general scale which GSI has to consider?
Sir, in the GSI, the base map is 1:250,000, and the topo sheet is basically 1:50,000. So I will map and everything would be on 1:80,000.
I'm asking about in detail mapping, what is the scale generally GSI has taken?
Sir, it will be. I'm not sure about the exact number, but it would be much larger scale. So it will be 1:10,000 or greater than that.
Okay. So have you heard about the project NGCM and NGPM of GSI?
Yes, sir, I have heard about it.
Okay, so how these two products will help in the find mineral deposit?
Yes. So the NGCM is basically National Geochemical Mapping, and NGPM is National Geophysical Mapping. So both of these are very important for the mineral exploration part. So for national chemical analysis, we will basically understand the type of chemical concentrations that we see on different types of rocks and the lithology that is present in India. And with the help of National Geophysical Mapping, it will help us to understand the underground part. So at some depth, which is on subsurface level, we will be able to demarcate up to some extent the the mineral deposits that might be present in it. So from there, we can actually, the main aim is to demarcate the areas of mineral deposits, and then there will be exploration.
Okay, that's good. So have you heard about the this word MOU?
Um, MOU. Yes, sir, I've heard about
Member.
it. I don't remember. I'm sorry.
So what is this?
Sir, I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's a memorandum of understanding.
Yes, sir, yes. Okay, sir. Thank you.
So do you know the meaning of that?
I'm sorry, sir. I have to look into it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So let's suppose that you can also get uh, you can also get work in lab also in GSI, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's suppose you are examining any particular mineral slide. So what are the basic thing you see in PPL and XPL?
Yes, sir. So in PPL, I will see first the color, then I will see the relief, and then some cleavage parting that may be present, and also pleoclasm if it shows any. And then in the XPL, I will see if it's anisotropic or isotropic. Then the interference color also, if if some type of twinning is present, then that, and extinction, which is very important. Uh, so, so that's what I remember. Also, sir, extremely sorry, please let me add this. Sir, if the interference figure is possible, then also that.
Okay, so let's suppose you got a project after joining GSI, right?
Yes,
And you are able to identify a particular rock type or mineral in the field only.
yes, yes.
So in that case, will you submitted that rock sample in lab also for making rock slide for that particular rock?
Um, sir, please allow me to ask you. So I have found a doc in outcome, and then you're asking that if I will submit it in the lab.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sir, in an outcome, if I see a rock, it is sometimes very difficult to actually distinguish some of the minerals, and to actually get a very much clearer view and in-depth understanding of of the mineral or a rock. I need to submit it in the lab for further investigation and examination. I have to do it. I'm sorry, sir. Are you asking anything? I'm not able to hear.
No, 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 no. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're right.
So can you please repeat your answer? Actually, there was network problem here.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Sir, I said
Yeah.
that in an outcome, if I get a rock or mineral, for further investigation and examination of the rock in a more thorough manner, I need the lab experiments, because for further investigation or further steps of my project work, I will need more detailed analysis of the rock. So I will do laboratory experiments.
Okay, so Aettree, my last question: how is remote sensing is helpful in mineral exploration?
Yes. So remote sensing are actually the indirect way from which we can actually demarcate some areas. In the remote sensing, what we do is see the lithology, the general lithology, the vegetation, the drainage pattern that might be present, the type of structural elements, including folds, faults, joints if present. So these type of structures. So from there, we actually understand the type of minerals that might be present in it. Please allow me to explain this with an example. Like if I see some, just give me a moment.
Yeah, yeah, please.
Yes, sir. So if I see any like any calcitic or dolomitic terrain, this type of terrain if I see, along with point noted, along with some other all other proofs that what type of stratigraphy it belongs to, etc. So from there we can say that that might be a place for lead, zinc, this type of deposits, copper. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Aettree. This is from my side. I
Thank
over
you, sir.
to other panel. Thank
Thank you, sir.
Hi, Aettree.
Hello, sir. Sir, I'm not able to hear anything. Are you saying anything?
Okay, just wait a sec. Okay, from
Okay.
IIT Bhubaneswar. What was your
Yes.
dissertation, Aettree?
So my dissertation was coal characterization and calculation of its CBM potential from Raniganj and Ibali coalfields.
Okay, CBM potential,
Yes.
coal characterization. So, how did you characterize the coals?
So the characterization of coal includes basically two parts. One is chemical analysis and one is petrographic analysis. So for the chemical analysis, I did proximal analysis and ultimate analysis, and in the petrography study, I did the natural studies.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, in proximate and ultimate. In ultimate analysis, what elements do we determine? What elements do we calculate?
Okay, sir. So in ultimate analysis, we do carbon percentage, hydrogen percentage, nitrogen percentage, sulfur percentage, and from that we calculate the oxygen percentage.
Okay, carbon, then hydrogen, right?
Yes, sir.
Like, tell me how like hydrogen is calculated in proximate analysis.
Sir, do I say the process, right?
What?
Sir, are you asking me the laboratory process by which
Ah,
we
laboratory process, right?
calculate the hydrogen, right? So, sir, what we basically do is like yeah, just give me a moment. Um, Sir, there is actually a combustible tube, and in there we actually the sample is heated, and from there the gases that are liberated from it, it is then it is delivered to a U tube, which consists of KOH, as long as I remember. Um, no, extremely sorry. Just give me a moment. I'm extremely sorry. KOH is for carbon dioxide, and CCl2 is used for H2O. So here we will understand. We will get the amount of H2O that is formed in there, and from there we will put it in a formula basically, with this which is 2 divided by 18 into the amount of coal that I took into extremely sorry, the amount of H2O that we got in the YouTube into 100 divided by the amount of coal we took in the examination.
Okay.
Yes.
Just
Yes, sure.
just a sec.
Yes.
Okay, so what are the parameters we determine in proximate?
So in the proximate analysis, we basically do the moisture percentage, the volatile matter percentage, the ash percentage, and from there we calculate the fixed carbon percentage.
Okay, what is the meaning of fixed carbon?
Um,
How it
so
is different from total carbon?
yes. So fixed carbon is basically a parameter that is the like after we did all the proximate analysis, the residual part that is present, that is what we call the fixed carbon percentage, and the carbon percentage that we do in ultimate analysis, it basically consists of the entire carbon that is present in the sample inherently. So that is the entire carbon percentage. So that is the difference.
Yeah, you told me about the analysis thing, like the thing that you calculate from ultimate is
Yes.
this,
Okay.
and from proximate it is this. What is the basic difference between the two?
Sir, I have to look into it. I'm not sure about the answer.
Okay.
Yes.
Aettree, what is deep fake? Deep fake.
Yes, yes. Sir, it is actually a new scam, you can say that it is related to the AI and which is artificial intelligence and cyber crime. So what happens basically? It's basically creates a fake picture of the victim, and it is used for cyber crime and for the criminal issues.
Okay. So, like, who is the CEO of OpenAI?
I'm sorry, sir. I have to look into it.
Okay, so what is OpenAI? Do you know anything about this?
No, sir. I have to see.
Okay. Okay, name the masters of coal.
Yes, sir. So there are mainly three methods, which is vitrinite, liptinite or exenite, and inertinite.
Okay. Okay, so what is the role of cleats in the permeability of coal?
So the role of cleats.
Yeah, role of cleats.
Yes, sir. So cleat is basically the fracture system that is present in the coal. So that is basically very important for the permeability because it is actually surface along which three gases present. For example, that is related to my MSc thesis. The Syrian gas is present as a free gas, and it actually with the spacing of the cleat is basically 0.92 millimeter. So this will directly affect the permeability because this is the range at which the gas can freely move.
So what are the factors on which the orientation of the cleat depends upon?
So this is where, sir, I think that is basically a fracture system, so it will depend on the pressure, the directional pressure that is applied to it.
Okay, if it is just pressure, then why we are not observing similar kind of fracture thing in any other similar rock?
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, cleats appear usually in the similar rocks.
Yeah, anything similar, why we are not observing cleats?
Okay. Um,
Why no such appropriate, properly arranged fracture pattern are observed in any other rock?
Sir, I'm not sure. I have to look into it.
Okay, another thing, like which type of coal causes the maximum concentration of cleats?
Sir, the bituminous coal.
Any reason for that?
Mm. Sir, I think the up to this extent the qualification has increased to that much. So the depth could be a reason, or the pressure temperature could be a reason. I'm not sure about the exact reason.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you please repeat your topic of dissertation once again? What was
Yes.
it?
So coal characterization and civilian potential in running and equal fields.
Like your voice is breaking. Can you please repeat?
So I said that coal characterization and CBM potential calculation in Ranigans and Equally coal fields.
Okay, coal potential, CBM potential. So,
Yes.
how do you determine the CBM potential?
So what I did basically, I have calculated it with the help of King's formula. So from there, it will give me the theoretical value that should be in my samples.
What are the factors in that formula?
So the factors was mainly related to the code characterization part. So the Kim's formula, which is from 1977, it is basically 100 minus moisture content, which is M, minus A, which is the ash content, divided by 100 into VW divided by VD. It is basically equivalent to 1 divided by 0.25 into M plus 1. Again, the rest of the formula is K into P to the power N minus B into T. So here also all the rest of the parts is related to the coal characterization, which is fixed carbon volatile matter percentage. This type. So they are directly related to this is basically a formula derived from the coal characterization.
Okay, does it takes into account the fractures and the cleats?
So, sir, in this formula, it does not take in account of that. So, I will basically calculate the percentage of gas that is absorbed on the gas.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, you can say that in the like theoretically, it's the formula is equivalent to the actual gas that has been present in the coal. So it is actually derived from the theoretical part and the papers only.
Okay.
Yes.
Another thing, like, which coal is supposed to have higher CVM potential? Coal of higher rank or lower rank?
So actually, the coal of mm, higher rank, like subbituminous to high volatile bituminous, will contain the maximum CPM.
Okay. Okay. Another thing, like, there is a concept of production versus time.
So production versus
Time.
yes, yes,
For example, you are taking water from a particular well, from a particular reservoir.
yes,
Okay, with time, the production will decrease because the
decrease.
pressure is decreasing.
Yes,
Production is gonna decrease.
yes.
Okay, so is it same for CBM reservoirs?
So just give me a moment. So as long as I remember the graph, which actually consists of production versus time, the CVM potential actually increases with time because. Sir, I'm not sure about the exact reason, but sir, as long as I remember the graph, the graph is like that.
That is what you are supposed to like, not just knowing the facts. You are
Yes,
supposed to know the reason only,
yes, yes,
right?
yes,
If you know the reason, then you can formulate other things from that
yes.
concept also. Okay. Okay, so like, another question, like you have qualified for both of the things, but you have written that like your first preference is geologist in GSI.
Yes, sir.
Why is that?
Sir, please allow me to clarify one thing. Just both GSI and CGWB are like the best in their parts. I have personally chosen GSI because that's what I see myself. And to be a little blunt about it, it has a large number of seats this year, so that's why I put it.
Last number of that
Yes.
doesn't matter at all. Like, yeah, you're giving interview both of them. You have qualified for both of them. Okay,
Sir,
so it doesn't matter like what you give preference.
Sir, actually, sir, as I said that I just see myself in GSI. So I have been passionate about it, about GSI for like about 6+ years. So that is what I see myself. And CGW is always, I am lucky enough to actually qualify in it. But since I have been always passionate about GSI, so that is why I put GSI.
Okay, let us suppose that the layers are deposited in a horizontal manner. So
Yes.
how the horizontal permeability and vertical permeability will vary, and which will be more?
So it actually varies. The horizontal permeability is more with respect to the vertical permeability.
Any specific reason for that?
Sir, so the reason could be when there is different horizontal layerings are depositing. So when I am actually calculating the vertical permeability, the heterogeneity comes into play. So in case of horizontal, I am only considering one homogeneous layer. So that is why the horizontal permeability is more.
So the thing can be like one of the layer is like less permeable, and other can be like very much permeable. So in that case, vertical permeability would have been more. Let us say like if you're confining within a layer only,
Yes, sir.
okay, just within a layer with the same lithology. So in that case, how do you compare the horizontal and vertical permeability?
If a single layer is actually the thing is that the horizontal permittivity, which is kx, is greater than equals to kz. So if one single layer I'm considering, I think both of them will be same.
Okay. Okay, both of them will not be same. Okay, just think into it. Like I'm giving you a hint. Okay, if a grain is of irregular size, for example, let us say it is of somewhat spherical in shape, not uh, spherical is a wrong word. Okay, oblate spheroid, let us say. It
Okay.
is oblate spherical in shape. So how it will deposit? Okay, if a horizontal basement is supposed, how the grain will orient itself in the surface, and how the other grains that will deposit over it will orient, and then try to calculate the permeability. Try to visualize the permeability. Okay, another thing. Okay, you can see the water table. Okay, let us suppose you can see the water table, or let us say you can see the piezometric surface.
Yes.
Since you are being able to see the surface, you are able to calculate the slope of that. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So what quantity the slope of piezometric surface or water table will represent?
So piezometric surface basically represents the
No,
level at
no.
which.
The slope of piezometric surface or the slope of water table.
So the slope of what? So that it will. So it the slope of water table will basically indicate from where the water is flowing. Sir, I'm not sure about what you're asking. I'm sorry.
Okay, which component of Darcy law it will represent?
So the head difference.
Slope.
So I'm not sure, sir. I have to look into it.
Okay, so like how you will calculate the slope of a if you are given a surface, water table surface, you will take the height of
Okay.
two places and divide it by length of the two
Then
places.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So it will be hydraulic gradient, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
That is how you calculate the slope, na? Dy by dx.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, last question. What is gauge pressure?
Sir, I don't know, sir.
Okay. Okay, Aettree. That's it from my side.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hello, hello, Aettree.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Yeah, overall, your interview was really nice. You were confident, your answer is good. But one thing I noticed, so some question you were not knowing, but you seems to be in very hurry to skip the questions. At least you can give a pause or you can try for answering. Okay, if you don't know, you also can ask whether you can try or you can guess. You just
Okay.
listen to the question and just straightforward say, sorry, I don't know. At
Okay,
least you
sir.
can pretend. You can pretend that you are thinking for 1 2
Okay, sir.
seconds.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. I
And rest
understood.
was, yeah, rest was fine. Any other members, whether they can add anything?
Okay, as chairman said, rightly said, like don't be very like in a very speed, like you are whether saying no or yes to a particular question. If you
Okay,
are
sir.
like right away saying no to a particular question, this means that like you're not using your brain to answer it. You're just using the thing that you have memorized.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, so
Okay, sir.
guess
I understood.
you got it. And yeah, apart from that, the interview went pretty well.
Okay, sir.
Okay, three. Thank you so much. All the best for your interview.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You can just exit the meeting.
Okay, sir.